Okay, good afternoon. Today I want to demonstrate how to make this simple pentagonal plate or dish. You'll notice that it has glass embedded into the 5 corners. The glass melts and creates a pattern. Also there is a print around the edges, which I will also demonstrate. And we're using the slump dish system for making. First of all, we have some clay and we want to get it nice and flat. Just beat it down quickly. I usually use baking powder to prevent the clay from sticking to the board. And it's important to use the palm of your hand. There we go. And now we can start rolling. I'm using 5mm slats and a nice big rolling pin, which in fact is an old table leg. It has a lot of weight and it's easy to get the clay nice and flat using it. A little bit more baking powder. Over we go. And that is now nice and flat. Okay, the next step is a template of the approximate shape that we want, and then we cut around the template. It's quite important to remove the clay, the offcuts of clay, as soon as they're cut, otherwise they have a tendency to re-stick the adjoining clay, which can be very annoying. So there we go, remove that away, and now we have our basic shape. We can disappear with that. Next we're using a piece of styrofoam, which you can get from the local do-it-yourself shop. It's very easy to cut, and we've taken the centre out here in the shape we want. And we've actually stuck it to a piece of board with double-sided tape. And that's going to be our slump form. That goes there. We put the clay into the centre. We remove that because we don't want that. It's important to have the clay exactly in the centre, otherwise the shape can become strange. There we are. A little bit more, and then we drop it. Now you can see that the clay is already beginning to slump. It depends on the hardness of the clay as to how quickly that will happen and how much slump you want. I want a little bit more. We're twisting around there, so we just change that. A little bit more. Now the clay is sitting on the bottom here, which is what I want, yet it still has the curved form, which I like. Next we have to trim the edge, back onto the banding wheel, and then just take off the unwanted clay at the edge. It's important that this part here is not too thick or wide, as it will collapse during the firing, as it has no natural support there. Just a bit more, then a couple more. There we go. Right, that's that done, and now you can see the basic form. Next we have the roller, where we make a pattern around the edge, like that, you can see. It's important to keep your wrist nice and flexible, because we want an easy pattern, nothing static or rigid, and changing the direction continually. That of course is a matter of choice, but it's what I wanted in this case. So there we have the pattern around the edge. The next step is to use the glass. Here I have glass, we buy it from the local pottery dealer. This is a light blue glass, they have many different colours. If you can't get that, normal bottles will be fine, but you have to break them into quite small pieces. Press the glass very firmly into the clay, otherwise it has a tendency to fall out during the drying or the firing process. Of course the clay will shrink as it dries, which then keeps the glass more firmly stuck in there, but it's also important to push it well in. There we go. Yes. Now you can see that the glass is well and truly stuck in there. Next I would put it aside and let it dry off for a bit and harden, because I want to put feet on there. But as luck would have it, I made one this morning which is already nice and firm, so ready to have feet put on. This is the cutout from the inside of the styrofoam. It's good to keep it because it makes a very good cushion for the pot to sit on while we're doing the legs. Next you mark the positions of the legs with a pencil. I want 5 legs, like that, and you can see the positions there. And we do the scouring round to get the joint firmer. There we go. Next, a little bit of slip. I'll just do 1 leg as a demonstration, as it's rather pointless to do 5. Normally I would make all the legs up first to make sure they were the same size, but here we'll just do the one. That is a little ball of clay, which is the size of the leg. Put it on, squeeze it down, make sure the joint is nice and firm. Once it's done, then we can just form the leg here. I'm using this part of my fingers to create, and now you can see the leg is a nice round little leg. Clean it up and then on to the other 4. And then eventually you will come out with something like this. The 5 legs, it's very important that they clear the inside here, as it's got glaze on it and you won't want it to touch the pottery shelf. And then that is the little bowl finished. Thank you very much.